Okay, so we are live. Welcome, 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 trending gist lovers. Welcome back. So I am your host, Octavia Cora. So today, from my thumbnail and the title, I know you have a clue what we are about to discuss, and it is a topic that we cannot ignore. Okay, the Nigerian election. A lot has been going on this past few days since the 25th of February. Okay, and up until now that the so-called winner, we put it that way because so much has happened and you will understand why I'm using the term so-called winner. But now they've announced their winner, and it is what it is. Okay, everything is moving so fast. um as at today, the winner, they've already, okay, so let me quickly pull up this post. I read this, and we have so many things to talk about. Okay, the youths are also upset, so this is open conversation. Even if you're catching us up with the replay, leave your comment below, share your view, your thoughts of what you think about the ongoing, just concluded elections in Nigeria. Let us know your thoughts. But let me quickly read this post, as we're going to be touching down on so many posts. We're going to be talking about a pastor called Pastor Enech, okay, that made a comment. I think he wanted to address the member of his church, as in the video you hear him, which I'm going to play also, where he said, friends. I think that's how he started. But that's also bringing a whole lot of brew online that is making people to feel like, okay, he should not let go, he should be arrested, he should be persecuted, and so on. And Nollywood actresses are also fighting concerning the election, and they are fighting dirty. Okay, they are fighting dirty. So all of that we are going to touch down on. You are welcome. But before we get into all of the other posts, I'm wearing a very long hair, so I have to keep adjusting. All right. So before we get into all of that, let me quickly pull up this post by Nigerian Tribune. Okay, it's a news website where you can go catch up on the news and what's happening in Nigeria and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's pull this up and read. So here is a photo of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, so let me see. How do I get this? Okay, yeah. So that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's the winner of the election, okay, from the party APC. So here it says INEC presents certificate of return to Tinubu. The president-elect Ahmed Bola Tinubu has received his certificate of return on Wednesday, the 1st of March, which is today, 2023. The certificate was given to him by the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. So, just as I showed you in the photo earlier on, that's what it is. He has received his stuff and he's all excited, as he should be. But then, now up next, I want us to listen to the video of the pastor, because for me personally, okay, let me share my own thoughts with you. I don't think the statement by the pastor was wrong. That's Pastor Eneche, but I'm going to pull up the video so we can listen to the video together. So let me go to, because I posted it on my Facebook page, so I have to pull that up now. Hold on. Let me try to pull up my Facebook page where I post news and stuffs like that, and I'll get the video. Okay. A word of caution. Dear friends, we have witnessed an unusually stressful and challenging elections and vote casting process under very difficult conditions in most cases. Yesterday, some people's voting didn't start till around 1 p.m. Some people in some places had rains and all manner of things, all manner of strenuous conditions. But I saw patriotism, enthusiasm, and the determination of our nation's citizens. Absolutely. For a change of story like I have never before seen. I agree. Record-breaking turnout crowds. Our polling unit, maybe the crowd multiply like 10 times of what it has ever been. With multitudes of first-time voters. So true. So true. Unfortunately, the human demons
in our country.
It's correct.
And their lunatic, mad agents in various parts of this country didn't allow for a peaceful and just process in those places. Video recordings of their misdeeds were flying from Lagos, from Rivers, from Kogi, from Anambra, etc., with thugs at the helm of affairs at certain units. Someone was saying, if you are not voting our party in a particular polling unit in Lagos, and the police was standing right there, leave here. What a country.
Let's pause a little bit because this is the content that belongs to someone else. So I will have to pause and also talk so we make it ours, okay, on the channel, because it's someone else's video, Paul Inec's videos. He's the one speaking. It is his voice and not our voice. So we have to pause and talk. So far, like what you've heard, he has not mentioned anybody's name. So you cannot claim that he was speaking to you if your name was not mentioned. So I don't understand why they are calling for this pastor to be arrested and taken to court and for him to be prosecuted. I don't get it. Your name was not mentioned. So are you telling me that they are taking him to court with this video and the judges are going to sit down and say you are correct? And let's look at it from the other side. Everything he has said so far is true. The turnout is absolutely something else. It has never happened before in the history of Nigeria that people turn out this way to go exercise their vote. So I don't even know why people are attacking him. Let's keep listening. Hello, Cost Rep Corner. You are welcome. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro, for joining. We're here analyzing the election. Everybody's pumped up and all of that.
I thought I had an order that every talk should be shut down at sight.
Okay.
There was a place where the gate was locked. And the thugs told the people, if you are not voting our party, they are party. They are disastrous, nonsense, useless party. Don't come in here.
You can imagine.
In some places, people are told, if you don't want to vote our party, go back to your place.
He's correct. Video evidence are
in
online.
certain places, there was a report of no more presidential ballot papers. But there were ballot papers for senatorial and House of Reps.
So true.
There were other places where a particular party's logo and name was not on the ballot paper at all.
He's correct once more.
Also, there were cases of thugs snatching ballot papers. Underage voting. I think they showed me a clip of a boy of about, is it 4 years or 5 years, 6 years, casting a vote somewhere.
Can you imagine?
The question is,
and where is the lie? All of these things he has mentioned so far, if you go online and do your own search, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, and just type in these words, the videos are going to pop up. I have watched this video over and over and over. Mostly, I watched it the first time, I was like, kudos, Pastor. And then when I started seeing the hashtag flying, he should be arrested, he should be probed, he should be this, he should be that, I said, like, did I miss something? I had to go back and watch the video again and again and again. And I never heard anywhere that this man said something that there is no video evidence online about it. So he didn't lie. He didn't. Let's keep listening.
Who are the kinds of leaders or aspirants who will orchestrate those kinds of criminality? They are worthless, valueless, generational liabilities, mobile disasters.
Absolutely.
Who have neither the credibility, relevance, or quality to command any form of followership or win any form of credible election. So they have to resort to criminality, thuggery, and all forms of manipulative devices to attempt to win. The Lord rebuke you.
Amen. Hallelujah. Holy Ghost fire.
Those are primordial, medieval, outmoded, antiquated, outdated, primitive, obsolescent entities.
He is upset.
Ancient people who belong only to history and not to the modern times.
Absolutely.
Bringing Stone Age, barbaric, savage, bestial, animal behavior
Absolutely.
into contemporary times. Using power snatching and voter intimidation. When you look at them, they look like animals. Both those thugs and those who send them like animals. What monkeys will not do, What baboons will not do are what these human demons in the name of so-called aspiring leaders, animals trying to lead the human beings.
Now, some of you that might not understand, some of you, maybe you're not African, you're not the Nigerian, you're not, or you don't even pay attention to politics in your own country or whatever. So you might not understand why this person is speaking, because you can feel the anger, you can feel the frustration in the voice. And this is a pastor, this is a man of God. You know that you might be thinking, oh, okay, man, they will speak in certain way. No, they are human first before they are men or women of God. It gets to a point where you have to say enough is enough. So this is someone that is frustrated. Everybody came out to vote whom they wanted. The intimidation was not necessary. The rigging was not necessary. If you brag that your track record will show for you, you've been there, you've done this, you've done that. And now, may I quickly point out, now, sorry, I will explain this again. When you're playing something like a video, something that belongs to someone, you have to make it your own. And one of those ways you can make it is play a bit, pause, and talk. So you don't only just let it, so it doesn't look like you just transfer someone else's content to yours. That's not my voice, that's a pastor's voice. And he also might have YouTube channel, and this particular content might be on YouTube, so I don't get a strike or I don't get copyright claims. So hence I will be pausing and talking. So please, if you're coming in, understand with me. And I will do the same for all the videos that I will play for you people to listen, including the celebrities. Cosrep gonna say, may God help us. Absolutely, Cosrep. Absolutely. Because at this point, right in front of our eyes, they did this. Then there's for me, I was expecting this because I knew that these people will stop at nothing. Forget the fact that a lot of them are bragging. And something I wanted to point it out is the fact that all of these people, they've actually held one top position or the other. I will give you example for the three major that were really competing, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu from APC, Atiku Abubakar from PDP, and Peter Gregory Obi from Labour Party. These three people, they've held a position in the government that is known. Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State. Same as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that was once the governor of Lagos State. Then Atiku was the vice president of Nigeria. So he's ex-vice president, as both of these other two are also ex-governors. So they have a track record that is supposed to work for them. So the rigging and the manipulation and all of that was not even necessary. Let your track record work for you. Let the people see that you've done well before, so they can trust you to vote for you. But no, they had to rig. Let's keep listening to what the pastor said. So after hearing all of this, let me see what, if everybody will also come to the same conclusion as some sick-minded, because that's what I call people that will think this way. If you think that a pastor should be arrested, and I'm not saying just because he's a pastor, I'm saying for the comment, for the statement he made, he did not mention anybody's name. He did not say I was referring to APC, PDP, or Labour Party, or NMPP, or ADP, or ABGA, or any of this. He did not mention any party name. Neither did he mention any candidate. He just spoke. So he could be talking to someone, he could be talking to everyone, or he could be talking to no one, because he did not mention anybody's name specifically throughout his statement. Let's keep listening.
Animals trying to lead people. Animals, apes, trying to lead human beings. It is impossible. We announce that they are at the end of their road, politically and otherwise, since they have confirmed that they don't belong to this age. Who are these kinds of leaders? They are detestable, abhorrent, reprehensible, obnoxious, odious personalities, bent on immersing the nation in the flavor of shame and ignominy in the eyes of the international community, as they watch all the terrible things through their contemptible, execrated, abominable electoral crimes and actions, bringing Nigeria into odium and opprobrium. We announce that the shame that they are trying to bring on the nation, remains their shame forever. It remains the shame of all that pertains to them forever. voting manipulation, all manner of things. Now, despite all these abnormalities cited, the people of Nigeria overwhelmingly expressed their choice of leadership.
Absolutely.
Through their vote, everywhere. Voting against even so-called aspirants and winning them in their own crowns.
Very true.
In their polling units, winning them in their territories, in their so-called states. The people spoke through their vote. True. This is my counsel to Inec. Inec be strongly advised to do the right thing and do it on time. Issues of inability to upload results on server, failure of results upload from beavers machines, delay in the arrival of results, especially from the northern parts of this country, is raising suspicion. They are raising a lot of suspicion. What was the use of giving the hope to the country? INEC is ready. Beavers machine, automatic transmission of results. And yet we are here, still here now. Result manipulation and all manner of things are still going on. Kindly ensure that this is not game as usual. Every attempt at scuttling the will of the people or frustrating the zeal of the youth will only produce unimaginable consequences. You are not dealing with dummies. You are dealing with intelligent people. Nigerians are tired of the games of these demonic agents, and we are not going to take it anymore. People have voted, they are watching their votes. People already have the results of their polling units, etc., as confirmed at the end of the voting exercise. Just be wise, do the right thing, and go down in history in honor. I'm talking to the INEC leadership right now, the chairman. Do the right thing.
Now, this is the first time in his full statement that he actually mentioned someone's name by saying INEC. He really didn't mention his name because his name is, the INEC chairman's name is Mahmoud Yakubu, I think. So he didn't even mention Mahmoud Yakubu. He said, I'm talking to the INEC chairman. So, okay, there is an argument here because he directed this statement to the INEC chairman. But let me quickly tell you something. Even the INEC chairman will not dare to take this pastor to court because he will not win. Every single Nigerian saw this play out right in front of their eyes. The rigging, there are videos, there are so thousands. We're not talking about 1, 2, 3 evidence in different states. So those of you that are championing that Pastor Inec should be, first of all, I'm not a member of his church. Before you will say, what, I'm here to report the news. I'm here to do my analysis, dissecting and analyzing. And that's what I'm here for. And I will always stand by the truth. And so help me God. So what I'm telling you today, those of you that are gingering, that they should do this one, sue this man, do this one, calling for that, all of that, take this man to court. You are doing your candidate the worst thing you can ever do for your candidate. Because once you take this man to court and people start bringing out evidence and his lawyers get prepared and other people that will be ready to support, willingly provide evidence that they will take to court, then something else is coming. Because it is obvious that the INEC chairman decided to turn deaf, turn blind eyes, acted like he cannot see or understand what people were saying. The likes of Dino Malaye and the other leaders of other party groups went there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cosrep. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you, bro. So to think that people are calling for this man to be arrested, I don't get it. And if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. This whole video you just listened, it's almost done. We're going to listen to the last part now. Did you see anything this man said that is a lie? Did you hear anything like that? If you did, put it in the comment section. The conversation continues because...
And go down in history in honor and dignity, or do the wrong thing and go down in shame and ignominy and infamy forever. God bless Nigeria. Stand up for your feet, people. We are not
Okay, so that was where he ended it. But my question to everybody calling that this pastor should be arrested because of the way he spoke and all of that, you have got no case. That is what I'm here to tell you. You have got no case. And there's another video I want to play for us because I know some of you will come here to see the fight and hear the fight of the Nollywood. Yes, but first of all, we have to deal with the important issues before we dive right into those that are not so important. If you ask me, like the Nollywood, this dragging between Georgina Onoha and Choma Akuta was absolutely unnecessary. Okay, it was not called for, it was wrong timing and everything. We're going to get right into that, but before that, I want to quickly go to another YouTuber's channel that I saw a content. There's this lady Aisha, right? Aisha Yusuf. She's very, she's an activist and she's outspoken. She's one lady that speaks out and she speaks the truth, and she is a Muslim lady. She is not afraid of anyone. She speaks her mind and tells you how she feels about any situation in her country, Nigeria. Okay, so let me go to Summer Aku's uh, channel. Summer Aku is a YouTuber also. That wait, Summer Aku. All right, yeah. So let me pull up Summer Aku's channel and see if I can find the particular video I want us to listen to. I don't know how many days ago she posted that. But will I be able to find it? I was thinking that was one of her most recent videos. Why not? Okay, yes, that's the her most recent video. So if you go to Summer Aku's channel, you will find it. Let's listen to Aisha. That's Aisha.
Don't forget one thing. We want this election. You came out and you made the statement loud and clear. You won this election, so don't beat yourself up and be saying, oh, if what? No, you won this. The people who are used to violence and rigging are the ones that should be ashamed of themselves.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something. You have no business being depressed. You have no business being disappointed. You have no business saying, oh, I don't want to go at this one. I am weak. Now we start to.
Yes.
Now the matter starts. Now we go. Now how they want and now it starts. But you know one thing, it's not what they expect to do.
Like I said, it's not my content. I have to be pausing and also talking. I absolutely love this from, I said the same thing yesterday, and I said, people that are feeling that they are beaten down, this is not the time. Don't be depressed. Don't be downcast. Don't feel like they've won. No, they have not won. Once you start feeling that way, you will retreat and you won't want to. You retreat and you will surrender and you will not want to fight the battle anymore. And when we talk about fight, we're not talking about physical fight. We're not talking about taking to the streets. This is not that time, because that is what they are expecting people to do. They are expecting the citizens to go out on the streets to go scream, and then they can pull out their guns and do what they've done before over and over again. That's not the time. This is the time to work strategically. This is the time to work with your brain. This is the time to think deep. This is the time to save every info that you have. But let's keep listening to Aisha.
At all. We are going to do this thing and fight and get our mandate back by using that legitimate means possible all around. This time now, you have to start gathering evidence wherever you are. Your polling unit, you deliver your polling unit now, and they want to take it away. No, you have your sheet, you have your paper, you have the picture, put it somewhere. You have videos, pack them somewhere, because you gather all the evidence we need. They either do the needful and give us the results of the original, how it was, not the one that after night, after swapping. No, the way the people voted, or we take that result, we'll go all the way. We'll follow it all the way. So don't get angry, don't get depressed. I see some people are saying that Supreme Court, they have done this. They've done that before when Nigeria's eyes were not on them. Now the Nigerian eyes are on them. Kenya did something. Is it not Kenya? It's not that country. Kenya, I think it was, that came out and stopped the election and said, no, this thing wasn't done. So now that the citizens are invested, the Supreme Court will know to do the needful. So everything that needs to be done will be done. Don't bother. We are watching this. We are watching the result. The beavers that were supposed to be, the beavers, all of a sudden, it didn't work. The area, go and check.
Talking about the beavers, there's also a video online. I think by Arise News, if I'm not mistaken, online. You go check it out. You can type in Arise News and check out their news. You will find the video where they talked about how the Viva's machine were even manipulated. They were manipulated even before they arrived at the different polling units. And some persons have already been arrested. So let's see what will come out of that. We just hope that money will not be used to shut people's mouth. Money will not be used to close people's eyes. Money will not be used to make people to turn deaf. Money will not be used to make people to, when they see white, they will say it's black. Let's just hope that people will do the right thing, and let's hope that something will come out of this, because if truly, and of which there's nothing to say if truly, because it is there in the news that people have been arrested, and we're talking about software company people, top people in software company. We're not talking about the gate man, the security man in a software company. We're talking about top people. So if they've already manipulated the beavers machine, it simply means that there was no election in Nigeria, because they've already manipulated it to favor the people they want it to favor. And the truth will come out. So this is no time to be beaten down. Let's keep listening to Aisha.
Check the results are supposed to be there, polling unit by polling unit. The one that does, I have one of my polling units. You too, you have. We'll go and check it. The one that doesn't match, we say, no, this was not what we did. Because we're the ones that voted. It wasn't Inec that voted. Inec's business was just to collate. We voted, and we know what we voted, and we will follow our vote. How they want it, we will follow it. That's our mandate. If they try to steal it, they steal it. We'll follow every legitimate thing. That the Supreme Court has been doing anyhow does not mean they will continue to do anyhow. This time, they will do the right thing. Everyone will do the right thing. All we ask for is for the right thing to be done all over. Unfortunately, INEC has not given us the right thing, but we wait as we go on. So stay on. Don't be depressed. Don't be angry. Don't be this thing. All you need to do, gather every evidence. All of us, so we are going to be witness. We'll be showing up wherever they want us to show up. Thank you. Hello, Nigerian citizens. Hello, Nigerian.
Okay, so this is Aisha, still like it's 3 part videos, but this part is the part I wanted you people to hear. So for those of you that feel like you voted but your vote didn't count, I said it from the beginning. A lot of people felt like we're going to go out there, we're going to vote, and our vote will count, and there's nothing they can do about it. You're right, your vote will count. And a lot of people stopped voting in Nigeria because they always say the vote won't count. It's not that the vote won't count. It's just that we are giving up too quick, even when we see that there's been a lot of rigging. People don't follow it up through to the end. And when you start fights like this, you can't just back down halfway through. Okay, so we're going to be transitioning to the Nollywood gist concerning the Nollywood stars and all of that. But while I go on my Facebook page, so if you're not following us on Facebook, please join us on Facebook also, because we also do analysis there. All right, so this is not the time. This is the time to follow this through. Don't give up. People are talking about jackpot, jackpot. Because at the end of the day, you go jackpot, there's no place like home. That's what it is. There is no place like home. And no matter how far you jackpot, you cannot jackpot with your whole family, pack your whole cousins, nephews, relation, distance relation, and your whole village people to jackpot with you. That cannot happen. If everybody run away, who are you running away and leaving your homeland for? That's a home. That's a place that is rich in everything. Okay, that people actually envy you, but most of you don't even know. You don't realize how much people envy you because of what you have. So running away, it's not an option at this point. Running away, it's not an option. A lot of you have sacrificed, and like I always say, the land will bear you witness. The earth, the air, the wind, the sky, everything will bear you witness. The sand, that you have done your part. It might take time. Bad things always seem like it is never going to go away. But don't worry. Don't worry. Don't be disappointed. People have been crying. People are depressed. Some people don't even want to eat. That is not, pick yourself up. If you've not eaten, go take a shower, freshen up. Pick yourself up and get ready for the battle. It is not over. It is not over. Remember that the candidates that you voted for, even if they didn't win, they are still going to come out and give their speech. We heard Peter Obi is going to be giving speech either today or tomorrow. His deputy already, vice president candidate, already did, granted him where he answered questions and he did very good. You go search if you're supporting Peter Obi, go search and look, be online, so you will hear when Peter Obi, if you are Peter Obi supporter, when he will speak. If you are Atiku's supporter, be at alert also. I believe Atiku too is going to give his listen. If you're a supporter of Kwakans, of what the other NNP, I think, whomever you're supporting, be online so you will hear when they will speak, so you know what's the next step that is happening. But don't be depressed and don't be downcast. Don't go lock yourself up and say, I'm not going to eat, I'm going to starve to death, I'm going to this. You're going to get high BP and then you're going to pass on. And then you have kids, then you have relatives, then you have parents. They're going to be suffering. They're still going to be there suffering. So we have to do what we have to do. It is not over until it's over. And this is not the time. Just because someone has been declared a winner doesn't mean that if enough evidence is being presented. Now, remember, even the Inec chairman, in all his pretending that nothing happened like this and that, he still said it. There is still, that small loophole that if it turns out that something did happen that they need to investigate, they will. So maybe that little thing that they need to start an investigation is in your phone. You are the one that recorded it. Maybe a friend of yours recorded that. Maybe someone you know has that recording. If you're downcast, still crying, beating yourself up, you won't be able to think straight for you to know that you're actually holding what your party needs to start the fight legally. So pick up yourself, and nobody should be beaten down, because fights like this is not an easy fight to win. You just will not go to the polling unit because these people know that you people have actually been screaming that you will show up. So because of that, they have made different measures. But all of us were focusing, this is what's going to happen. And I kept saying it, don't think that it will end after the votes. They have positioned their people in places where that you're fighting for your freedom, fighting for free and fair election, fighting for the betterment of Nigeria, has no position, and you don't even have people to position in those places, because evil has been ruling and evil has been in the nation for so long that everything they know is evil, evil, evil. So in order to wipe that away, you're starting from the grassroots. They've already reached the top and back. So don't see it as an easy fight. It will never be. Let's move on to the Nollywood. Okay, 33 minutes into this. Let me see if I can round this up before an hour or even 1 hour. Okay, I think the video is what we even take our time, because I think one of the videos is about 12 minutes and the other one is 4 minutes. Okay, so this whole thing is about the election. There's a Nollywood actress. She stopped acting so many years ago. She got married, relocated to the US, had a kids, I think got divorced, and with two daughters. Her name is Georgina Onoha. So she's been in the US for many years, and I think she's also a citizen at this point and all of that. And on the 25th of February, the election that we're talking about, Choma Chukwuka is another Nollywood actress, married to also two kids, and she used to be friends with this particular Georgina Onoha. So both of them used to be friends. Georgina said it's for 18 years they have been friends. So Georgina, when Choma posted the video, she was streaming live, telling, because some people home and abroad, and some people are not there to see. So a lot of people streamed from their polling units, so people know that's how a lot of people even know what went on. Okay, if people didn't do live stream, take videos and all of that, you wouldn't even know that ballot papers and box were snatched, and this one, people were intimidated, beaten, a lady stabbed in the face, head broken, and all of that, because people were taking video and streaming. So Chama was one of those people too that streamed in her own polling unit, and there was fight. People were being beaten up. According to her, she was grabbed, she was screaming. The video is still online. You hear her screaming. According to her, right now, she's still depressed. She's still, if you shut the door, she jerks and all of that. She's still living the nightmare of what happened on Saturday at the election, her polling unit and all of that. So when that video came online, people started cheering Choma Chukwuka, saying that Choma was a hero. So then I believe Georgina Noha saw it and decided to write a very lengthy write-up where she was calling Choma names and saying Choma is a pretender. How Choma, 4 years ago during the election, Choma Chukwuka told her not to post about the elections because she's a celebrity and she should protect her brand and all of that and all of that. She said a whole lot. Okay, so that when people trust the blogs, when they saw it, people started sharing, it started circulating, small big blogs, and everybody started sharing. So it went on, and somebody now sent it to Choma. So Choma saw it and decided she was going to do a video about it, responding to this person, Georgina's post. So she did a video responding to Georgina's post. After she finished, Georgina didn't just stop at that. Georgina came back and responded back to her. So that's what we're going to be playing. We're going to go now. I just explained to you what started the fight. So we're going to pull up the Choma's video, which was a response to the write-up that Georgina Onoha had posted. Then Georgina came back and did 4 short videos, okay, that I've summed up in one, and we will listen to it also. So wait, okay. So this is Choma.
Good day, everyone.
Mm.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions, too many things. But we thank God for life. We thank God that we're still here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's called, sent messages, DMs, WhatsApp, who have reached out in one way or the other. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Uche Naji. He actually came to my polling unit when all of what happened on the 25th of February 2023 happened. Thank you for coming to stand by me and to make sure I was okay. Thank you to the quick response team, the army, the Nigerian army that came when they saw my life. Thank you, everyone. I can't begin to list everyone one after the other, but just know that my heart is glad that you reached out. That being said, you know how you live in a neighborhood that is quote unquote one kind, and let's say you have a madman across the road. One day you move past, you know, go past the madman, he backs at you. Next day he backs at you. Third day he backs at you. I mean, for months, and one day, if you don't do something about that madman will attack you. He will bite you. And just like everyone will be thinking it's one of those things that he does, he might injure you. 4 years ago, I think it was 23rd of February 2019, at the presidential election, almost the same thing that happened a few days ago happened. Might have been worse, but it was too much. Violence, fight, killing.
Okay, so at this point, I know that some of you might be thinking, why is she talking this way? This is not how Choma Chukwuka talks. She's a very bold, brave lady, outspoken, and all of that. She's just traumatized, and I think she had to do this. That's even why she even came out to do it, or else I believe at this point she wouldn't have even spoken yet. Okay, like some of our friends already posted that they were going to her place to stay with her. So while she's talking, when she speaks a little bit, I will pause and also talk so we can make the content ours and not just get her own content, because I don't know if she will be posting this to her YouTube channel also.
And all of that. Georgina had dedicated her page that period to posting everything that had to do with the elections. It was becoming too much. and everyone was on social media. People were reporting what was going on at their polling units, what was going on around their neighborhood. Everyone was just, giving out information and all of that. And I had, because we followed each other at that time, I had seen all her posts and all of that, and they were becoming to me. That's my opinion. They were becoming too much. So I slid into her DM and sent her a message. Now, before I tell you what I sent to Georgina, I'll tell you how our friendship was. I knew Georgina from our very humble beginnings in Nollywood. We were friends. She came to my house. I don't remember, because she lived in Badagry then. I don't remember going to her house, but she was always at my place whenever she could. She was like.
Now, I feel like some of the things also that Choma explained, she shouldn't have just added them. I think that's the reason why Georgina came back and responded back to Choma. Like here that she said, I've known her from Badagry, and I don't remember going to her house, but she has always been to my house several times. I feel like she should have just kept this part and just said we're friends, we used to live in Badagry, we visit each other, and all of that. But anyways, let's
Family. She was like my little sister. I'm older than she is anyway, and she was friends with my family. My mom, God rest her soul, and my siblings. We were that close. I We're like sisters. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I did Georgina's makeup on her wedding day. Georgina bought her wedding gown where I bought my wedding gown. She replicated, quote unquote, my wedding. Most of the things I did. Her wedding card, she replicated, as in was my wedding card, she replicated everything. It was just the names, the dates, and every other thing, the colors that were different. She replicated everything. I was with her wedding, and all of that. That's how close we were. Georgina's first child, Georgina had her first child 10 days before I had mine. And she came, even once I did my my first child's naming ceremony, she was there with all my other colleagues that came. I'm just trying to ramble, through it all to tell you how close Georgina and I were. So she relocated to the US with her kids, and stayed there. I remember she reached out to me to, come over and shoot a film with her. I don't remember how that thing went, but
now let me also pause here and point out something. Something I also felt Choma shouldn't have said when she talked about the wedding. She should have just talked about the wedding. Like, okay, I helped, I did her makeup, I took her to where she bought her gown and all that. But talking about she replicated down to my wedding card, the invitation card, she replicated just the color and all that. She had to change. Wedding, she bought the same wedding gown. And that made Georgina to actually say some things that if you ask me, I'll call it shade that Georgina too shouldn't have mentioned. So I just anyways, let me just
ended up not being a part of the movie. And yeah, but we maintained a cordial relationship. I knew her sister and her brother. I patronized her sister in the market a few times, when I needed to buy stuff for my son and my daughter. So, based on the relationship I shared with her, I slid into her DM. I said, Georgina, I'm angry with you. You're posting too many things. Anybody that doesn't know anything about Nigeria that comes across your page would think that Nigeria is on fire. They're peaceful polling units. My polling unit was peaceful. Femi Adebayo had posted that his was peaceful. Saka had posted. Only Michael has posted. I said, please, the one you've done is okay. I think I mentioned one or two of your posts are okay, but balance it out. The trouble areas and their peaceful areas, so that people would, that's the way I felt. I told her that you're a bride.
okay. Now this is another thing, or I'll say this is where Choma went wrong. Choma shouldn't have slid into Georgina's DM because no matter how you think someone is your friend, you do not have the right to tell somebody what they need to post on their own social media platform. People will post whatever they like, and if you don't like it, just take off the notification and move on. For me, I think that's where Choma made her own first mistake by sliding into Georgina's DM, because I feel
and people look.
if you've known Georgina for 18 years, okay, for then it wasn't 18 years, but at least as at that time you've known her for few years, for some years, number of years, okay, because we're talking about 2019, and Georgina has left Nigeria since, okay, so long before 2019. So I'm saying Choma should have known the kind of person her friend Georgina is. Because when you have friends, you know the types that you can slid into their DM, say something, and they might just see it as a joke, or maybe cuss you out, or you people just, tell you, please don't tell me what I'm going to do. I'm going to post it anyway. I don't, and all of that, and to end there. But if you know that you have a friend like Georgina that will not forget and will not forgive and might not take it lightly what you say to her, you shouldn't have even slid into her DM in the first place. So let's keep on listening to Choma.
Up to you. Use your brand to, do good, albeit under the image of Nigeria. That is not so bad. At least my polling unit, and I was posting, people saw when the buses came, picked the ballot boxes, dropped the ballot boxes, took the youth corpers to, to the other polling units. And the conversation was back and forth and all of that. She was going on and on. She said, oh, so because some very privileged areas or something like that were peaceful, she should gloss over the whole thing. I said, no, I'm not saying you should say that whatever is peaceful. I'm saying balance your report. Just leave it to the bloggers and whoever that reports whatever to report, and just do your own part and leave the rest. That I know by now you're a citizen and you're privileged, you don't know how it feels. You're Nigerian first, whatever be the case. And then she responded. I then went to her page. She called me names. I was shocked. I mean, like, it was as if it was someone else. Like I was meeting her for the first time. She called me names, said all sorts and all of that. Then I kept quiet because I just felt it was one of those things. Fast forward 4 years later, 25th of February, 2023. I'm trying to, yeah. So I got up. It was everyone's gingered, new Nigeria, hope, change. Let's do this and all of that. We went, posted. I remember that I met like 3 or 4 people that said they came. They were planning to come around 1, 2 to come and vote before the club, but because they saw my post, they were gingered. They came out to other units and then to my own polling unit. So I was reporting what's happening, how people were still trying to gather themselves, set up and move to other places, and then set up at our own polling unit. And then you guys know eventually what happened. It could have been reported. I could have been reported. It was just God, nothing else. Because they were injuring people, they were beating people, they were hitting me. And the little boy who held my shirt up to my bra level exposed me. What if someone who had bottle or something or a knife had stabbed me? I'm still trying to deal with the trauma that came with what happened that day. And so when I got to where I slept that day, someone sent me a message and drawing my attention to a post Georgina had made. Said so many things, calling me names again, that she was glad I experienced what happened. For whatever reason, I don't know what I did. So I was asking myself, what if something, God forbid, had happened to me? That would have been Georgina's obituary to me. Would have been how she would have reported to you guys. What would she have told you guys? So all of this aside, when she said what she said on her page 4 years ago, she kept insisting that celebrities did this, blah, 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 collected money, campaigned for people and all of that. She was still insinuating. She was insinuating that I had probably collected money from a politician to campaign, and that's why I was telling her to report that the elections were peaceful. That's against what I told her to do to balance her posts. The same thing, she insinuated the same thing again. I don't want to bore you guys with what happened, but my caption will say all of that. Sometimes the enemy, when they look, when they find, they fight, they pray, is usually within us. I'm still traumatized. Every minute of the day, I'm jittery. Someone knocks around me, I scream, I see things flying. I'm not able to sleep properly. But to have someone think this of me, say this of me, at this time, at this age, even if I said something bad or I did something bad 4 years ago, people change. She said that about me. I said I was going to address this, but I didn't know this was going to turn out this way. Most times our enemies are within. That's all I have to say. But Georgina has to come out and tell me who gave me money to tell her to report that the elections were peaceful. Otherwise, I won't say more than this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always believing.
Okay, so this is Choma's video. Like you heard the last line, are they going to court? Is she going to sue Georgina? Is this going to be even bigger than what it is already? I don't know. But after Choma did this video, Georgina didn't stop there. Georgina still responded. Like I said, Georgina was the first to post something, okay, that made Choma to respond to. But after Choma's response, Georgina was still not satisfied. She went ahead and did another video, and we're going to listen to Georgina's video now. Let me put the mic closer and pull up Georgina's video. Now, let's go.
Chairman Chukwuka, I can see you've perfected the art of the white woman tears to show emotion, to garner empathy. You were traumatized. Oh my Jesus, I'm so sorry. Chama, you showed bravery on Saturday. And I'm glad you're alive. No, I don't want you dead. You have two beautiful kids to raise. You will be alive to raise them. I don't wish you dead. I called out your bullshit. You can cry me a river from now till tomorrow. I still stand by what I wrote on Saturday. So you could fear for your life this much. You could call for people to come rescue you, that you were under duress, you were in danger. But 4 years ago, you had the temerity to tell me not to post about those people. Is it because they have no name? They are not actors. They don't have the voice. And why should we use our platform to highlight their problem? So why should we use our platform to highlight their problem? My darling Sherma, I don't think Major Gina has ever slided into your DM one day to tell you what to do or what to post. Most often when I see the shenanigans you post, I turn my second eye and I go, it's your right, it's your life. If you felt what I was posting 4 years ago was messing with your mental well-being, you could have just switched off, turn off social media and leave, because it was not you. It was not affecting you directly. It was affecting other people. So because they were not stars, they were not worthy to be brought to light, that they were being killed in rivers, in Okota. Oh, your polling place was safe. On Saturday, there were polling places that were safe. So what were you doing after you voted?
Okay, so let me quickly say this. I feel like this thing, this particular fight or whatever that is going on, is deeper than what Georgina is saying. I don't think this whole thing started just when Choma slided into her DM telling her not to post all of it. Oh, I know that that is enough. I know that that is enough to provoke someone. But for Georgina to come back and respond this way, cry me a river, this one, that one, I feel like this is deeper than, I feel like both of them, either both of them or one of them, have been waiting for this opportunity. Either Choma had done something to Georgina that Choma doesn't even remember anymore. And Georgina has just been waiting for an opportunity so she can blast Choma to the fullest. Or Choma has been doing things that has been making Georgina to feel somehow, maybe upset or something. And she was just looking for an opportunity to blast Choma, to put Choma on blast. And that opportunity came when Choma slided into her DM. And this now happened 4 years later. She was like, goodness me, I have waited all this number of years for this, and I'm not going to let this go. If you ask me, that's how Georgina sounds. So let's keep listening. But I'm not saying.
Why didn't you go home? That wouldn't have happened to you. Okay, so you want to be the DG switch so that when Obi becomes president, the ballot Chioma fought and rescued made Obi presidency. Bullshit, Chioma. You're full of shit. You can feel or fool people who just got to know you today, yesterday, or they know your social media handle and they don't know the real you. You're a grifter. You're very supercilious. If there's no gain there, you don't care. When I wrote what I wrote, I said, we have 18 years of friendship. Oh, by the way, you said I replicated your wedding, your whatever.
And also, something I think, the name calling was not necessary. Even in the post, she did a bit of name calling. And now, doing the video again, more name calling. I feel like sometimes you can pass your message without calling someone names, calling someone out of their names, being so disrespectful, and so on and so forth. So let's just listen to this. I want to try to see if this video will be done before an hour. So let's go.
Darling, don't bring family into this. So you know go win. You know go win. That you took me to maybe where you bought your wedding gown and said ball gown, and the only ball gown you had was the same thing you had that I bought. Does not mean it was replicated. Choma, who gave you money if you should buy your wedding gown? Or you took me to where they were your wedding.
Now, like I said, the shades the shades were just coming right, left, center. This that Georgina said is something that she shouldn't have also said. That's why I said some of the things that Choma had explained, she shouldn't have included those, because those things she included made Georgina to now make statements like this, like, who gave you money for your wedding gown? So is Georgina trying to tell us that she was the one that paid for Choma's wedding gown? That Choma didn't pay for her wedding gown? So now you see these are things that happened so many years ago, and these things are just coming out because of something that should not even have gotten this far. Let's listen to the last part of Georgina's video.
So I am begging you in the name of God, leave family matter out of this, so you no go like them. I still stand on what I said on Saturday. Chioma, you're a very selfish and self-centered person. If it does not suit or serve your purpose, you turn a blind eye. Why should Nigeria care about what happened to you on Saturday? Oh, I see, because you're an actor. You have a name, you have a face. So we should all be scared. Oh, Chioma was being killed. I'm glad nothing happened to you. I still love you as a sister, but I detest your character of greed. You're a user. You don't give a shit about nobody if it doesn't favor you. I can see you and all your goons. I'm proud of his now. So because you cut and pay, you use 2 months. Senior me to say you're older than me. If I slap you, your eye go clear. You dey mad. I still remain. Chioma, 4 years ago was more election 4 years ago was more deadlier than what happened on Saturday. Those people that got killed, their life mattered. Somebody needed to advocate and speak up for them. But you and your goons, you turn a blind eye, you sit on the fence because you want to protect brand. Thank your star that Instagram, my account was hacked. When I show Nigerians the real receipt, they will know what a deadbeat human being you are. You're all about the money, you're all about brand, and you're all about grift. You're a grifter. You don't care for nobody. You're only, now you've had a taste of what they had 4 years. I hope next time, anywhere you see injustice, you will speak up and speak out. Don't only speak out because they're actors or they're famous or they're a brand name. Speak out. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. You lack integrity. You lack moral compass. You're shouting so you want to pull it to a switch. So you say will be presidency by fighting for that. I'm glad they don't break your head because your children they need you. You and your miniatures. I'm glad it's not because you don't cut and paste our conversation. I'm glad you. It takes so much for someone to curse you out. That is how unscrupulous.
Okay. So she ended it by it takes a lot for someone to cuss you out because that's how unscrupulous you are. So a lot of name calling from the first post she made to this video, and I just hope that Choma, after seeing this particular video, because people will still send it to her, and I don't even know why people send stuffs like this to. I feel like when somebody is already going through so much, don't send the person things like this. If someone didn't send Choma that first post, Choma wouldn't have known that Georgina was dragging her online. Okay, when after she would have finished dealing with her um the whole scare that this election brought to her and everything, then she would have seen it. And maybe she would have reacted different. She might not have even responded the way when she slid into her DM, she said everything she said, and she didn't say anything about it, and she just moved on like nothing happened. I believe Chama would have done the same. So people should learn to know when to send people things and certain things that you don't have to send. I just feel like some people send you things not because they really love you, they care about you, and they want you to see it and just know that, oh, look what I'm watching your back. No, I feel like some people just send some things just to be shady, just to start up war. That's the only reason why they will go and grab something and send it to you and tell you, look what this person is saying about you. But all the times that they will see beautiful comments where people are praising you and saying nice things about you, they don't screen grab all those ones, screenshot or whatever you call it, and send it to you. But every negative things, people will screen grab and screenshot and send it to you. And when you receive such stuffs, sometimes just overlook them and don't even react. And as for Georgina, this is not the time to start a petty fight that is going to take away from the elections. This is absolutely not the time. Like you said, you're not a taxpayer, so you cannot even vote in Nigeria and all of that. The least you can do is lend your voice for those that are back home. And picking on Choma and fighting with Choma, you can do that later on, middle of the year, December, any other time. Like I don't know, towards the ending of the year, but not now that election, and you know that a lot of rigging and everything is going on. You know that the election is not free and fair, or at least if you don't know, people online that were in the nation are complaining that this was not a free and fair election, and you decided you are going to be all petty. And now the blogs and everybody need to start carrying you people's gist and all of that. It's not necessary. Don't take away from the focus. And this goes to everybody. This is not the time to start petty fight with people. This is not the time to start blaming people. And I see a lot of people are doing that already. A lot of people are online. I see videos on Facebook, on YouTube, and everywhere. People are calling people names, venting. I feel like a lot of people right now, the anger, it's just being misplaced. It's just been the whole thing is just a misplaced anger. Immediately you open your mouth, there are people out there to attack you. If you don't open your mouth, there are people out there to attack you. People want to vent and they just look for anybody that they see. The next person, that person they vent to. People are making video, calling out people and screaming and this one and that one. This is not the time. Put your energy, focus on the main thing on ground. Focus and concentrate on how this, if they're going to take it to high court, if they, whatever they're going to just anything, whatever they're going to do, see how you can collect evidence in any way you can support. Keep posting, keep talking about the election, do what you can do. Don't start petty fight, it's not necessary. Thank you also very much. I don't want this video to be too long so people that are coming in to watch the replay will be able to catch up. Thank you all so much, my silent watchers that came in and all of that. Thank you, Cost Rep Connor. Thank you. God bless you, brother. And thank you to everyone. And that's it for today. I remain your girl, your presenter, your host, Octavia Kura. And on this channel, we talk about celebrity gossip and all of that. But we have been keeping it down a little bit because of the Nigerian election. We wanted to see how this plays out. We talk about it and all of that. But we're going to slowly start coming back with more live streams and more gist, because that's what we do on this channel. Okay, bringing you videos of gist and at the same time streaming when we have more analysis to do, we just come in and we stream live. Thank you so very much and see you all. Thank you.